The goal of this video series is to help you make your videos with simple and available equipment. I'm not suggesting you go out and purchase lights, even though I'm clearly using lights in these videos. However, I'm keeping them to a minimal to demonstrate what can be done. In this section, I'm going to give you some tips about using light to help get good exposure for your videos. I'll show you some images I shot in 2019 where I used primarily natural light and one very small light on a stand. Let me demonstrate some principles for lighting, especially when you're setting up an interview. Three-point lighting is the most common principle in making videos. It looks like this. There are 3 lights set up for an interview. They each do something specific. The key is the main light that illuminates the opposite side of the interviewee's face. I know it might sound counterintuitive to light the side of the person's face we see less of, but it's the contrast of the shadows and highlights that gives the person's face dimension, character, and makes the image aesthetically pleasing. As the person's looking at the interviewer to one side of the camera, the key light is placed on the other side of the interviewer. It goes camera, interviewer, key light. The fill light goes to the other side of the camera. The purpose of this light is to fill in drastic shadows created by the key. It's the more subtle light. A backlight or rim light is the light that shines at the interviewee's back. The purpose of this light is to help separate them from the background, outlining their head and shoulders. My suggestion to you is 3-part. First, let nature be the key light. Second, rather than 3-point lighting, use a 2-point lighting setup. The key is the sun, the window, the brightest light that you might have. The second light is your backlight. You need to separate the interviewee from the background. Either use a light like I did many of these interviews, or find a practical light such as a lamp to put behind the person. Here's the light I used for these interviews. Keep it simple. Don't get too technical. Make sure that we can see the face of the person on screen. Pay enough attention to ensure that the audience isn't distracted by something extreme that looks like a mistake. Here's another mini exercise. You'll need a participant to sit in front of the camera facing you. Find a location near a window so the outside light acts as the key. Set up the person beside the window so the light's shining on half of their face. Set up your camera, frame your participant properly, sit between the camera and the window, and have your participant look at you. Record a couple of seconds. How does the lighting look? Natural and well exposed? If so, great. Next step, in the same setup, find a portable lamp and set it behind the participant. Turn on the lamp so it shines on the back of their head and shoulders. Record a couple of seconds and review your footage. Does it matter if we see the light in the shot? Not if it looks like it belongs, and as long as it's not shining directly into the camera and ruining your exposure. Compare your 2 shots with and without the backlight. In this section, I talked about the basic principles of lighting an interview. The principles form a basis for lighting, including dramatic films. We can achieve the same outcome with minimal equipment and resources and a little ingenuity.